Hi everyone, welcome back. We continue on this list and today we are gonna learn about checkRange function. This function is gonna help us to know if there is any pixel value outside of this range. Here is minimum value and the maximum value, which is our limitations. And according to this, if there is any pixel value outside of this range, it's gonna return us false. If there is no pixel value outside of this range, it's gonna return us true. This is basically, this function works accordingly like this. Just you need to give your input image, input math, and this is the quiet parameter, defaultly true. If you keep this true, nothing is gonna change. It's gonna return true or false. But if you make this false, it means if there is no pixel values, nothing is gonna change again, it's gonna return true. But if there is a pixel value outside of this range, it's gonna throw an error accordingly. It's also including the pixel coordinate, which causing that which causing the crashing the interval. Maybe we can understand more clearly in the code part. This is the position, just like in the previous video we always talking. We can skip this, we can ignore this because we don't need to mask for now. We can apply for all coordinates inside the image. Okay. Currently this function is like this. We can switch to the code part. Here is the example from the previous video. I don't need two imshow, I don't need two window, and I don't need second math, and I don't need destination image. This is also gonna change. And okay, we can also change from 2 to 2 to 3 to 3 matrix, so we can have more pixels to compare. And let's increase the pixel numbers, 5, 8, and what else, let's say 133 and 25 and 77, let's say. Okay, we can make this also, maybe let's say 200. Okay, also I want to make it to seen better. Okay, now seems better. Okay, and this is our math, and also we can visualize with imshow. And okay, we can call our function, but since it's gonna return a boolean parameter, we can write it to the console also. Let's call the what was the name, checkRange, and here we need to give our input. Then it's gonna be quiet or not. Let's make it quiet. For the starting example, we can keep position null pointer, so it's gonna apply for all coordinates. And the minimum value limitation is gonna be, let's say, first of all, maybe we can make for all ranges. So we want this to return true because 0 to 255, which is corresponding all the pixels in our input math. Okay, and let's see the result. Okay, now it's returning 1 because it's including all the pixels inside this interval. Let's make this 199. Let's see the result. Now it's returning 0 because 200 is out of this range. But what if you make this false, quiet, this is quiet parameter, if you make this from true to false, let's see how it works. Actually, it's not working, it's throwing an error like this. Maybe in your case, if you don't want your computer to crash, you can use try and catch, which is there should be an exception, and we can keep the value in here, exception message, and after that we can write it to the console also. E dot what, if I'm not wrong, returns the error description, and I think this should work. And all you need to do is that putting this to here and delete here. Let's see now how it works. Okay, now it's not crashing, and it gives you the error as cout. It's just writing error to the console, and it's also showing imshow. Okay, but from this error message you can also get it's saying the first column This is 0th column and this is the first column. And 0th row is making error, making this exception. This is the 0th row and the first column, which is 200, which is out of range. What if, let's say, make here also 255, and now it's gonna give error to this one again, because it's giving the errors by one by. So all you need to do is just fixing the first one, and now it's gonna give the error for the second one. This is 255, first row, first column, first row. It's like this. Okay. Basically this function works like this. I think it's clear. See you in the next videos.